So this program is particularly to explain about why we are conducting ECO Audit 2026 and what are the rules specific to this year competition. So every year the rules may change. So this year we are about to explain about the official rules and regulation for the upcoming competitions. So most of the students from 8th to 12th can participate as a first general rule. And this competition is actually organized by the TANCAM Tamil Nadu Center for Academic Excellence in collaboration with Mullai Academia. TANCAM is actually part of TITCO and supported by Dassault System of France. So it's more like a national and international participations. Of course, the limit of eligibility is only to the Tamil Nadu students. That's a very important point. That's must. As of now, we are starting only for the state level competition, and it may extend up to nation and international level in future when it comes to the next level of competition zones. So what ECO Audit 2026? So let me go one by one. It's purely a competition to empower the students, to bring the students towards the international community, to bring the students to think a globalized platform, particularly with the tangible environmental change towards which is happening massively around the globe. So what we can do in this competition is we can identify certain parameters. I'm repeating, we can identify certain parameters within the any one of the six competitions, that is energy or bio or water audit or plastic or food audit or waste audit. So you can map the surroundings, maybe that can be your school region or within your home or within your village or within the community or within some the zonal level or wherever you can map your zone. That's perfect. So the competition has specific like we are identifying certain specific impactful results. We wanted to identify certain impactful results. So I will explain one by one. Then students may ask doubt in case if you need anything. So the first eligibility criteria for this competition to be participate is the grade level within Tamil Nadu schools, class 8 to 12, irrespective of any board, that can be metric or IGCSE or CBSE or ICSE or even IB. So irrespective of the board, the grade level should be maintained like class 8 to 12 across the state of Tamil Nadu. Either students can participate as an individual participant or they can form a collaborative team up to 3 members. So that's one specific thing you can identify, and you are free to choose whether you can participate as an individual level or as a collaborative level. And the collaborative level, we are also encouraging the students to collaborate not only within the schools, within their own schools, it can also be a mixed up of schools. So it depends on you can identify certain parameters. For example, one from Chennai and one from Salem. You can also mix up the compositions. So you can identify the common parameter for certain regions where you have a collaborative teamwork. Okay, all members must provide a valid school identification or bona fide letter from their principal upon request, and particularly when you are submitting online either PPT or document based for the first level screening. Okay, this is a basic eligibility. And why Indian students need to do ECO audit? As of now, as specific parameters or specific modules are getting changed, particularly with the environmental aspects, particularly the climate aspects. And there are a lot of climate actions points, climate action methodologies, or even climate action policies are being made and being followed, and a lot of changes is happening from both policy level from to the implementation level. That's where the students are really must know what's happening around the world and what they can contribute from their own reachable limits, from the schools or from the home, from the villages or from the zonal level or from the regional or from the communities. So it's basically a thinking should have like enhanced thinking towards protect our environment for a better future. It's a simple terms. So that can be the results of this project or the working methodology of the project should be that there must be a tangible changes in schools or communities after your projects. So that should be auditing, there should be auditing and should be a reporting and should be a possible solution what you can provide to the problem you're identifying. Okay, you can, of course, you can have a team participants, but everyone should have the same theme. Like for example, if you choose energy audit, it should be the energy audit. If you choose water audit, it should be the water audit. So you cannot mix the auditing level, but you can mix the composition, as I was mentioning. So it should be helpful to boost your academic learning in science, in relevance to the society, in relevance to the nation's goal, in relevance to the international focus for the future. Okay. So basically, after this competition or being a participant of the competition or when coming to the next level of this competition, all the student must be empowered as a responsible global citizen. That's our goal. Okay. So to make it up in very simple term, so audit mission, we focusing with the 6 level of auditing. I will explain one by one. Of course, it's energy audit, plastic audit, bio audit, water audit, food audit, and waste audit. For example, with the energy audit, you can checking the usage, reducing the consumption, adopting the renewables. So you can think about mixing up all this one. You can, for example, even it can be the solution can be derived or the data report can be derived from a simple house to the apartment level or from the simple house to the school level. You can mix that one also, but that should be a properly identified problems, properly identified data. Reporting should be in a professional way, even though you are in a school level, a proper reporting methodology should be identified by yourself. You have a freedom to choose in what way you can report. So how we evaluate that, I will come to the later part. So from the energy audit, yeah, of course, as I was mentioning, it can be like you can identify certain problems where the traditional energy consumption is happening, or you can identify certain problems where the possible consumption can be reduced, or where the possible renewable energy can be adopted. Okay, the renewable energy, I mean, it can be solar or biomass or hydro or wind power, whatever the renewable energy methodologies are available. That can be a solution. You don't need to do a research as like an engineer or scientist, but we know that you are in school level and we know at what, at the maximum what level you can reach. That's enough. You don't need to be you don't need to think as like an engineer or scientist thinking or evaluating or implementing. Okay, just a school level knowledge is enough to do all this audit. Similar to energy audit, of course, a plastic audit, that is a major problem to the world, to the nation, to the society, to the state, or even to the schools. Okay, so you can identify the plastic waste. You can give a solution about minimizing the single use or recycling programs. That's India's even future goal towards circular economy. So you can think about whether you can have some solution towards recycling the waste from the plastics, particularly to get into the useful products. Of course, when you are doing waste audit, it's a similar thing. You can identify the waste. You can think about the sustainable disposal. Uh, can you all please mute? Yeah, think about the sustainable disposal. Think about having a zero waste if it's possible. Whether you can bring some solution to the schools. Whether you can bring solution to the streets or solution to the apartments where you are living. Such a way you can identify the problems and giving the reports and making the data documentations. Similarly, a food audit or water audit or bio audit. So you can have a freedom to choose any one of the audit. You can have freedom to choose the way you can report. The only thing where we are involving is in an evaluation parameter, which I'm explaining later. So in simple, a bio audit, you can document local flora or fauna, identify invasive species, and propose ways to enhance native biodiversity in your neighborhood or campus. Similarly, energy audit, track electricity usages, identify energy leakages, and propose a plan to reduce consumption and transition to efficiency. Water audit, you can measure household or school water consumption, identify wasteful habits, and propose water saving fixtures or behavioral changes either to the parent level or the student level or to the community level or to the school level. In a waste audit, you can have a categorized waste generation, wet, dry, hazardous, or e-waste. A TANCAM team kindly make mute for all the participants.
Okay, sir.
Yeah. So categorized waste generation that can be split into wet, dry, hazardous, or e-waste. Analyze disposal habits and create a zero waste plan or composting initiative. In food audit, you can do an analysis of like food sourcing, study food waste patterns at home or in the school canteen, and propose a sustainable eating or composting solutions. A plastic audit, identifying single-use plastics in day-to-day life, track usage frequency of the people or consumers, and propose a viable, sustainable alternatives to minimize the dependence. So these are the audits you can make. The submission requirements. Every entry must include a comprehensive digital report that is either in a form of PDF or in a presentation. A digital report structure should be have a very clear point by point methodologies like objective. It should clearly state the rationale for selecting a specific mission, why you are choosing, what impact it's create, what proposal you are bringing in, and define the precise scope of your environmental audit. And methodology provide a detailed explanation of how primary real world data was safely and accurately gathered. Then findings, present your data visualization like either in a chart form or graph or infographics. Of course, you can use all the AI tools, but it should not have any plagiarism. The creativity should be from your mind. You can use the data visualization, you can refer the data, but you cannot present the data as of you are presenting. When you are bringing in some comparative data from internet source or from AI source, you can quote or refer where you took that data or chart or graph or infographics. Or if you make your own chart or graphs or infographics through AI tools, it's well good, advisable. You can make it up. But it should have your own creative idea. Okay, any data visualization should be strongly supported by photographic or video evidence. The innovation and action plan propose a specific, actionable, and scalable solution to directly address the issues identified in your finding. So, calculate a realistic projection of the environmental impact. Don't project, as I was repeating, don't project as like a big company is thinking or a scientist or engineers are thinking. I'm repeating again, you are in school level. We know that it is for the school competition. So it's very much enough if you involve your own ideas and your own methodologies. Okay. And should be have some projection towards the solution, whether it can be scaled up or not. You can have some future projections. Okay. Code of conduct and ethics, very important. I'm repeating, it is very important. Safety and originality. So the originality, the all work must be inherently original. Any form of plagiarism will lead to immediate disqualification from the competition. Safety first. Always we encourage that and we always stress that conduct audit safely. Do not enter any hazardous areas or don't handle any dangerous materials. Always notify a parent, guardian, or teachers before conducting any kind of field work, whether within home or within the street or within the school or within any apartment region. So every field visit or field work, if needed, should be accompanied by either of parent or guardian or teacher. That's very important, and we must have the photo evidence for that. And professionalism and integrity is very important. All interactions with mentors, judges, and fellow participants must remain respectful and constructive at all times. And falsifying data is strictly prohibited. Our expert judges reserve the right to cross-verify all audit methodologies and findings. So evaluation criteria, we always give importance to the innovation, system thinking, feasibility and impact, data quality, more or less in an equal way. Of course, there's a slight variation. Innovation for the way you think or execute or reporting must have some innovative ideas. We'll give 30% importance to that, and evaluation will be based on that 30%. And system thinking 25%, feasibility and impact 25%, and data quality 20%. So entries are rigorously assessed by panel of sustainability experts and industry professionals. We look for originality, the ability to connect local results to global challenges, practical implementation, and depth of analysis. That's very important. Okay. All the data reports must connect with the local results to the global challenges. So these are the evaluation criteria. So as of now, it's fully remote. So we may extend the deadline for submission. It depends on the request from schools, because few schools have asked us as they recently started the days or working days, they may need some more time to explain to the students and teachers and parents sometimes. So there may be a possibility for extension of the deadline for the submission. So please keep watching out www.tancam.in. So please watch continuously when you are submitting the report. So it's, as I was mentioning, it is fully remote, work from home model to ensure maximum accessibilities. So all entries must be uploaded via official portal that we will announce in our website. Our panel of experts will review and score the submitted digital reports. So it will be an ongoing process. Whenever we are receiving the submission, we'll start immediate review process. So don't wait for the last day. If you are confident, and if you are doing a good job, and if you feel that all the data are correct and all the reports are really made up to the professional level, then please submit. And finally, top teams get exclusive virtual mentorship with TANCAM expert to refine the project. And it can also lead to the startup, and it can also lead to the entrepreneurship model. If the solution is feasible for that, if the solution is viable for that. So don't think that it's just a competition with certificate. It's a purely an academic to industrial conversion, purely an academic to entrepreneurship conversion. Okay, depends on how or what effort the students are making. The results will be accordingly varied, with the certificates to the startups. So these are the things. Of course, certificates for every participant who submits a valid audit report for the certificate of participations. State level awards and top projects will be officially recognized with the prestigious Tamil Nadu Young Climate Leader title. Incentives will be provided. Winners are eligible for cash prizes, industry-linked recognition, and exclusive TANCAM internships. If the project or the solution is valid, and if it is possible for the extension up to the original research level, if the result is providing a solution to the environment or for the product development or for some sustainable results, those original results will be considered to take to the level of intellectual property. But rights remain entirely with the student and team. Of course, TANCAM will be having its own participation. It depends on the level of results, solution, or products. A similar way how any government organization involves or any companies are involving, a proper legal intellectual property rights will be monitored and accessed and given the freedom of choice to the student or team. Okay, so these are the points what we wanted to convey today. So if you have any doubt, of course, you are always welcome to contact us through LinkedIn pages or through the TANCAM email. We will be providing soon. We will send all these details to your emails and to the WhatsApp if you're registered. Anyway, we'll send all the information to your email. Okay, and please watch or follow our website and LinkedIn pages continuously.